Now, Sports Talk with Broads. Here's Hunter Brody.
Ew. Not a great day for your fighting Phils. They get shut out 1-0 in a very weird game that realistically they should have done way better offensively than they did. Ranger Suarez pitched another gem, and this dude is just sensational at this point. But the question becomes, is it time to panic about the Phillies offense? Now, I need to lay out the scene, okay, because Ricky Bo did pre- and post-game show today for NBC Sports Philadelphia during the afternoon game. He joined Tyrone Johnson and myself around 4:30. So about, 2.5 hours into our radio show, he joined, and there were a lot of reactions after the 1-0 loss. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything here. I'm basically going to react to what I was hearing about 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes after the game, which I thought there was a bit of a knee-jerk reaction in there that I didn't love. Is there an issue at this current moment with the way that they're not scoring a ton of runs? No doubt about it. We can go over how many times they've been shut out over the last 7 games, and it's not very pretty. There's also truth, though, to not having Kyle Schwarber and not having Bryce Harper, and we wondered, can they keep their head above water and just stay afloat when Bryce Harper went down? And we were pleasantly surprised with how many games they won, but I'm just laying this out for you because I feel this is everything just weighing itself out. There's going to be hideous at-bats and hideous games offensively when you lose such power, and then, of course, everybody else falls into place. The Phillies just won 2 of 3 against the Reds. It sucks to see the team suck at the plate. It's horrible to watch Alec Boehm get on second base and then a dud afterwards. Guys get on dud afterwards. Timely hits, just not a thing, right? It's not fun. But the Phillies, other than this Mets series, win. They win series nonstop. You're not going to win every single game. I didn't love this. It's not ideal, but I think that there's this overreaction and a huge extreme door opening that I can't support. Here's a couple quotes. The offense and the team right now is just problematic. What are you talking about? They have 65 wins at this moment. They've done a lot well to put themselves in a position. Not only did an individual tell us that, but that same person went on to say, well, they're not the Mets and they're not the Dodgers. And if there wasn't an extra wild card team, we wouldn't be talking about the Phillies anyway. What are we talking about here? They're flirting with that second spot in the wild card. Unless you're going all the way back. Talking about the Phillies right now, that's very fair. No shit, they're not the Mets. No shit, they're not the Dodgers. If you thought this year at any point that you'd be able to compare this team with that team, it's foolish. The Dodgers lose Walker Buehler for the entire season for the rest of the way, and he's missed a significant amount of time. They don't blink an eye. I mean, you can make the argument when you see everybody else and how well they throw. What the hell is a Walker Buehler to them? That's how stacked they are. Teams go through crazy journeys. The Yankees were looked at as a historic pace win total-wise when the season first began and when they were a couple months into the year. Now they can't buy a damn win. Are they this pathetic? No. What's happening? Things are evening out a bit. I even heard that this goes on Rob Thompson, and he deserves a fat L next to his name because he didn't put Bryson Stott in the lineup due to maybe wanting to get right-handers in there. Would I have loved to see Stott today? Yeah, I want to see Stott every day I possibly can. I want to watch him perform. Did they lose this game because Rob Thompson didn't play Bryson Stott? I can't say the answer is definitely yes. When it's a tight game and it's close and it's a one-run game and basically 0-0 until all the way through, can one guy make a difference if he has 2 hits? Yeah, maybe. But when you're all said and done in this outing, if your first thought or one of your first three thoughts is, you know what, this one goes on Rob Thompson. Once again, I think you're just going and taking a big extreme from this. They're in a funk right now. The Mets were getting pounded by the Braves in this current series that they're in. By the way, Beatty ends up seeing his second pitch, and boom, it's out of here. So he's already on the board. If you don't know who that is, that's the Mets prospect that got called up, who's the number 2 prospect in all of baseball. Of course, a team that's so dominant can just pick from within, and now they have someone raking just like that. Must be nice, although I'll tell you what. Someone by the name of Andrew Painter is going to be in this rotation before you know it. Not talking this year, but I think next year, this dude makes it out of spring training. That's how strong I feel about his stuff and the way that he's moving up the ranks. But I digress. I thought that this was an interesting point that Ricky Bo brought up. Because I was playing the cool the Jets card. Everyone, relax. They won the series. You would have thought that this team just dropped the series or got swept in Cincinnati. They won the series. But their offense, bros. Okay, this is what Ricky Bo stated. The fans expected a softball team. You signed Nick Castellanos. You signed Kyle Schwarber. So, of course, you want to see the long ball. You want to see what you saw in Game 2 of this set all the time. You can't be seeing shutouts and lack of scoring the way that they're doing it. And it's bad right now. But there's been plenty of games, and more games than not, where it's been all right. I don't care if it's the offense carrying you, or if we find out this deep into the year that it's not the offense, but they just had damn good pitching. They just had special talent who can take the ball every night, whether it's Nola, Gibson, Suarez, Wheeler, Syndergaard in that last outing he had against, was that Cincinnati? What was that, game 1? Was that game 1? I'm all right. All these games are kind of bleeding together on me. And your bullpen, savage move by Dave Dombrowski to bolster it up even more. So whether it's the offense that's more of your brand and you thought it would be more power, but it's not, it's pitching, who cares? And quite frankly, when the most important time of the year comes around and you're talking about winning games, gritty, tough, hard-nosed, cold baseball, you know what wins? Pitching is probably better to rely on than your hitting. Can your pitching win you baseball games, steal you baseball games, keep you involved, keep the other team to 2 runs so your offense doesn't need a bunch? And I know what you're thinking right now. They're not scoring any. Well, I don't expect them to have 0 runs scored as much as they do at this time of the year when Schwarber and Bryce Harper returns. It's not an excuse. It's a reality of losing a left-handed power bat that's been a comfortable leadoff position for you. And don't get me started on what Bryce Harper does. So this isn't the team that you should even be relating to playoff baseball with. Because if this is what you roll into, there's even more limitations to what this franchise can do, even with their entire roster healthy. So we're playing the Let's Breathe card. Who cares how they win? As long as they keep winning, they have an off day, and then they see the Mets. And that Mets team, I can't stand them. I can't even bother looking at them, but I still do. I don't know why, but it just happens. I don't want to watch the Mets. Yet today, I come home, and there's no Phillies game on, so I'm scrolling through my MLB package, and then I plop them on. Because, well, I mean, it's the Mets and the Braves, and I've been seeing the Braves smoke them, even though I don't want to see the Braves win at any point either. And I'm watching their prospect. Oh, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. Seranthony Dominguez, it's unfortunate. He just showed that there is a human element to his game, and, you know, it is what it is. Your offense scored 0 runs. You get to the 9th inning, and Seranthony Dominguez, the walk isn't pretty. You don't want to see that. You get 1 out. You see someone on first base. You wonder if it's going to come back to bite you in the rear end. It does. When there's a single up the middle, it sucks. But I put 0 blame on him. How do you win a baseball game into when you score 0 runs. You can't go into extra innings with 0 runs scored and think you're going to be winning that game. Then I guess that means the other team had 0 runs too, and at that point, it's a coin flip. They couldn't even get to the 10th inning, so scratch that. Maybe that was a stupid thing to say, but, you get my point. You go from super, super hot one night to super, super cold. Reds pitching isn't anything mind-blowing. It is what it is. Were they looking ahead, looking at the weekend, thinking about what's going to happen there? It's possible. Were they thinking of the off day to hit that rejuvenation button? The Brandon Marsh news came out. It looks like the bone bruise, but maybe something going on with the ankle. JT Realmuto takes a foul ball and ends up hitting his forearm and his wrist area. He's shaken up a bit. At least Nick Castellanos got a hit. I'll take that for what it is. Building off of the 2 doubles and the home run. I'm not going too berserk. He had a single in the 4th inning. Struck out twice. But this isn't a day to really even think about what those 5 hits were offensively, because 1, 2, 3. 3 guys go up, 3 guys go down. They established zero momentum whatsoever. 856-442-9805, the Anytime Hotline. Before I take a couple calls, if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button as well. I greatly appreciate all of your support. If you are looking to buy tickets to go to SeatGeek or to go to an event, utilize SeatGeek and the promo code BROADS, which will get you $20 off of your purchase. It's a no-brainer, so make sure you get yourself to a game today. Free parking, free booze. Come on, people. Make sure you do it. All right. Here we go. Let's kick things off on the Anytime Hotline. Let's do it.
What's up, bro? It's Michael, a.k.a. Positive Philly. It's been a while since I called in the show, so I just want to start off by saying congratulations on being on the best show ever, 97.5 The Fanatic. I've been loving it. But let's get on to the Phillies. So what was that today? We lost to the Cincinnati Reds, one of the worst teams in baseball. I'm like, okay, this is going to be easy. A 3-game sweep. Boring game for today, and then bottom of the 9th inning, they score 1 run and win the game. Come on. I mean, we have a day off tomorrow. Enjoy that day off tomorrow. Sit back on the couch, enjoy it. And then Friday, we got the Mets. If we don't sweep the Mets, we're in trouble, bros. We are in trouble if we don't sweep the goddamn Mets. But go Phillies.
We're not in trouble if you don't sweep the Mets. I know he was just joking. I knew he was just having some fun with it. If the Phillies split with the Mets, I think I could probably live with that. No parade. No streaking down Broad Street. Could I live with 2-2 with a team that's definitely better than you? Yeah, I probably could. It's not going to taste very well knowing that you went 1-2 in Queens just a week ago. But I'm also not going to pretend like you can't just move on to the next series after that. They didn't have to sweep this series. It would have been nice, and I said it before the series even began. It would have been an extra bonus to sweep. Even teams that you are significantly better than. Taking 3 of 3 is not an easy task. It's very difficult, actually. Because bad teams are still going to win 60 Major League Baseball games. So they happen. And quite frankly, they've been doing pretty well. If you look through some of their sets throughout their schedule, whether it's the Nationals, I think there was what was the other team that was really bad that they took to town here? Against Washington, they had a 4-game sweep. I don't care how bad you are. A 4-game sweep is not easy. Same with the Pittsburgh Pirates. They won 8-7, 4-2, 2-1, 8-2 in 4 games. So if you do that twice, bang, bang, beat the Pirates 4 times, beat the Nationals 4 times, and then you see a Cincinnati for 3 games, and you with 3, you won't sweep every single bad team. So that's sort of a defining call and a tone of where I'm coming from, which is let's relax. And then seriously, sweep the Mets 1 game at a time. You got the doubleheader, which is always wonky. I don't know what's going on with Noah Syndergaard and Thor. They're the same person. Don't know why I said it like that. But how they're going to to move forward with him and where he's at. Is that a confidence thing? I don't want him to get shelled by the Mets. Mets fans are having some fun with it and claiming that he doesn't want to see that lineup because he's afraid. And I don't think he's afraid, but I think he's coming off of his best nod in a Phillies uniform, and maybe they want to keep this thing rolling and push him back a bit. I don't really care if they do. I mean, it's not like they're moving Wheeler away from the Mets or moving a top-tier guy. They're moving your back-end guy, and we'll just see how the weekend shapes up. I'm taking it one game at a time, though, knowing how emotional this is going to be, knowing how raw the feelings are because they just saw each other pretty recently. That's why I like seeing a team like this within a 1 week span or a week and a half span compared to, we haven't seen them in 4 weeks. We haven't seen them in 5 weeks. That adrenaline of I hate you, everything that just happened is still very, very wet. So you don't forget about it. You won't forget about the Mets no matter what. It's a despised fan base. What does Citizens Bank Park look like, though? Jimmy Rollins caught a lot of fans out and said, get your ass in the seats. Mets fans always take over CBP. We can't lie about that. It's probably going to be what it normally is. A lot of Mets fans cheering, a lot of Phillies fans countering that with some boos, and vice versa. All right, we'll take a next call here.
What did I just watch? How do we get shut out by the Cincinnati Reds? How many times are we going to swing at sliders and curveballs in the dirt? How many times are we going to shut out in a week? Like, I understand the Mets are having good pitchers, right? But this is now the second time in a week that we've wasted a starting pitcher's outing where they've thrown 7 or more innings of scoreless baseball and you can't win. Playoff teams do not lose games like this to the Reds. The Cincinnati Reds are not good. The dude that walked us off is hitting 188 this year against our best closer at that. That's what is even the biggest kick in the nuts is having Sir Anthony lose his game for us. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible.
I don't know if sorry, I just replayed the call again. I don't know if anybody's shocked with where I'm at here. I don't know, like screaming terrible. You got to know when to push that aggravation button. You got to know when it's time to lose your cool. Is today the day to lose your cool? I don't see it. Now, Dan Murphy is in the chat saying, I'll worry if this continues when Bryce and Schwarbaum are back. That is exactly how I'm going to end this episode and kind of right off into the off day and the Mets series. And I can't wait to see see Schwarber fully back in the lineup against the Mets. A pinch hit here and there ain't going to cut it. He needs his 4 ABs to see if he can pop one out to right field or even left field with that crazy power that he does have where he can go opposite field with a flick of a wrist. So I want to thank everybody so much for hanging out with me. And if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I will catch you on the next one.